It's out now. Well, 3 years before Jeff and the boys won the World Cup, Doctor Who had appeared on our screens for the first time. I remember that as well. God, I'm getting old. But 43 years on, is science beginning to catch up with science fiction? Well, it is, according to respected scientist Paul Parsons. He's a doctor of philosophy in cosmology, and he's a lifelong worshipper of Doctor Who. Well, look, there's the TARDIS. But listen, Dr. Parsons is here now, along with Clayton Hickman, who's the editor of Doctor Who magazine. Let's start with the time travel. I mean, theoretically, we're moving to a point of believing this could be possible.
Well, actually, it's already proven to be possible, in fact. It was one of Einstein's predictions in his theory of relativity, that if you travel very, very fast, time actually slows down.
Yeah.
He basically showed that moving clocks basically tick slower than clocks which are stationary. So, you know, if you travelled, say, at 9/10 of the speed of light for, say, a minute as measured on your watch, then back on Earth, actually 2 minutes will have passed. So,
Right.
so
land in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's all maths, isn't it? I mean, nobody's ever actually done it, have they?
They have. They
Oh,
have.
they have?
Absolutely, yeah. They've what they've done, to test it, they took some really high accuracy, what they call atomic clocks, and they put one of them on a jet and flew it around the world really, really fast. I mean, obviously they couldn't go at light speed, but you know they could test the effect. And they brought this clock back down to Earth, and they did find it was running ever so slightly slowly, exactly in agreement with Einstein's theory.
In other words, they had another clock that stayed on the ground, and they set them off at exactly the same time.
That's
and when
right.
they came back, the one that had gone around the world a few times in a jet was ticking, was ahead of time.
The one which had gone on the jet was ever so slightly slow because time had run slow in that frame of reference. Yeah.
And
How does this demonstrate a wormhole? Which is what, you know, when you see the TARDIS going through that tunnel, that's meant to be a time-space wormhole, isn't it?
Exactly.
What's a wormhole? And how does it work?
Okay, well, it's basically a tunnel through space and time. This is a very kind of rough and ready model of one. Basically, what you've got, the clear bit of plastic here is actually space. That's the normal space of our universe. And then the grey pipe that you've got is basically the wormhole. This is a tunnel through space and time. So clearly, if you want to get from there to there, it's quicker to just nip through the wormhole than it is to go all the way around through
And how
space.
do we know these wormholes exist?
Well, this is the thing, we don't. This is another prediction of Einstein's theory of relativity, but, you know, the guy's done pretty well so far, so it's kind of likely they're out there somewhere.
I know I mean, Clay, you're a bit of a sceptic about all the science involved, but you're an absolute, you know everything there is to know about Doctor Who, don't you?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Near enough.
Right, and the time travel's been pretty constant, right, since the beginning. It's
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
foundation of it.
Have you ever seen it go wrong in a storyline? You think, no, I mean, once you've suspended your disbelief about time travel being possible, OK, so you accept it. Have you ever seen something you think, no, they've screwed that up, they've got that bit of the script wrong?
There are fans, obviously, as with everything, fans who know absolutely everything and live by it, almost like a law. So you will get fans writing in to say, this contradicts something that happened in 1971, But I think, to be honest, if you take Doctor Who that seriously and that scientifically, you're always going to be disappointed. Because Doctor Who's a fantasy, it's a fun.
I'll tell you one of my favourite episodes. It's in the last series with Christopher Eccleston, actually, when Rose saves her father from dying in a road accident. And in doing that, she throws the whole space continuum time thing completely out of whack, and so they get all these horrid creatures coming to...
Well, it's the end of the universe as we know it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It usually is.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to tell me that's possible, are you?
No, well...
Evil winged creatures coming in. Sorry, I know you're not. I know you're not.
Fair question. Tell you what, let's see another clip. Let's talk about the inside of the TARDIS. I mean, as I say, I'm 50, so I was 7 when the very first episode of Doctor Who went out, and so I can beat you on that, 'cause I remember it. I watched it with my big sister. And it was the first episode you saw this extraordinary concept, and it blew our little minds away. That there was the TARDIS, a little box, and you opened the door, and you went inside to almost an infinite universe. So it was absolutely huge. That was shocking to us. Even today, it has an echo of that. Let's have a look. Let's get the prof's view first, or the doctor's view. You say, yeah, that's fine. There's physics to explain that. How does that work?
People have actually proven it on paper. I think we've actually got a diagram that we can illustrate this one with.
Here it comes. Right, OK.
Yeah, so if you can kind of imagine, this is basically a flat two-dimensional sheet with a kind of balloon-like lobe attached underneath it.
So we live on the sheet?
That's right,
Our universe is that sheet, right?
Yeah, if you can imagine you were, say, an ant crawling on the surface of this sheet, and you arrived at that kind of hole where the lobe actually joins onto the
door, the TARDIS
door,
door,
if you like, yeah. So you basically got a tiny little door in the sheet, which then opens up into a huge area inside, on the kind of inside of that lobe.
Right.
So now if you can imagine kind of scaling that up by a dimension, so you've got the kind of three-dimensional space is now that two-dimensional sheet. And so the tiny little hole where the lobe joins now becomes sort of like the outside of the TARDIS, so you've got a small three-dimensional volume
so theoretically,
enclosing a...
Right, so if we had another dimension that we could actually use, you could have an infinite amount of space underneath that little hole.
You'd never need to use a storage warehouse again. You just pop it all in the next dimension, basically.
Now, you say
TARDIS removals.
being such an expert on the TARDIS, you say that actually it's had the most extraordinary things in it since it started.
We've seen mad things in the TARDIS. We've seen an art gallery, we've seen a swimming pool, we've seen a boot cupboard the size of a stately home. I mean, the kind of idea, and I think this is what Tom Baker always used to say, he was frustrated that they never showed the potential of the TARDIS.
Yes.
That it goes on forever and ever and ever. You could have anything, a field of sheep in the TARDIS if you wanted to see one.
Yeah. Which episode did it have a pool in? I don't remember that.
A couple in the 70s.
Really?
I don't know if you remember Leela, played by Louise Jameson.
Yeah.
She had a bit of a swim. I think a lot of dads will remember
swim.
that episode. Yeah.
Who was your favourite Doctor Who sidekick, the girl?
Actually, Sarah Jane, who we just saw in the clip
Elizabeth Sladen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Elizabeth
Gorgeous,
Sladen.
isn't she?
Although Billy comes close, I think.
Oh, I think Billy's the
He's
best.
very
Oh, no,
Billy's
all right.
Billy's the
Today,
best.
Billy's the best, but Elizabeth
That's
Sladen,
fine.
yeah, she was something else. OK, now, the sonic screwdriver. Let's see the sonic screwdriver in action, and yes, we're going to see, we're going to see that, yes, this too is definitely possible.
Maybe those rats were food.
Food for what?
OK, you have the facsimile.
Indeed I do.
Go on, slide it up and switch it on. You know how to work it. Oh, you got it.
There we go.
OK, how could a sonic
That's a
screwdriver
toy.
exist in real life?
So, yeah. Well, they're actually used already, amazingly enough, in modern manufacturing.
Never.
Sonic tools are used for, soldering components together in electrical circuits and that kind of thing. They're also used for cutting holes in kind of ceramics and leather. You see in the show the Doctor kind of cutting through walls and cutting through
And these
doors.
aren't oxyacetylene, this is sonic energy.
This is sonic, it's ultrasound, yeah. It's actually a principal scientist called Structure Acoustic Linear Ultrasonics, which is beautiful. It's something John Pertwee could have come out with.
And you could
his
actually
day.
build a screwdriver that would turn a screw using sonic waves.
Well, you couldn't actually. The problem is the energy requirements. I mean, the sonic screwdrivers and sonic tools which are used in manufacturing at the moment, they work over tiny length scales, sort of thousandths of a millimetre.
So to do a screw in a door, you'd have to get on the back of a lorry.
Yeah, or
At
a
the
fusion
moment.
generator in your pocket.
Right, so the technology is actually possible, but at the moment we haven't scaled it down enough to make it practical enough to use.
Exactly. I mean,
That's it.
this is the thing with so much Doctor Who science. The science is great and it's dynamite on paper, but the actual technology to put it into practice
Well, listen,
is
Yeah.
what's actually
well,
lacking.
again,
Can I
just a second. When I saw the first Doctor Who, computers were the size of this room, and they're now the size of my thumbnail. So that's in a generation.
They actually, he's always had one of these things, but they actually banned them, didn't they?
Yeah, they got rid of it in the 80s because they felt, I mean, you'll have seen in that clip there, Sarah Jane saying, I thought the sonic screwdriver could open anything, and that was kind of the problem. It could get
Yeah.
him out of
Magic wand,
any
wasn't it?
fix. It was a magic
So in
wand,
other words,
exactly.
there was no... He could always get out of
He
anything.
could with
Yeah,
that, so
yeah.
they sort of got quietly shifted it away until the new series when they thought, actually, we've only got 45 minutes an episode. We better bring it back, otherwise he'll be shouldering his way through doors for 10 minutes.
All right, one more special effect. If you've seen the recent series with the Daleks, you'll know that now they can melt bullets. But they've still
And
got the old ray
apparently
gun.
that technology already exists.
It's being worked on by the Ministry of Defence.
No, come on, you
absolutely.
It's a bit scary, isn't it?
They're actually making something they call electric armour to protect tanks from rocket attacks. And basically the way it works, whereas a tank would normally have a single layer of armour, sort of metal armour protecting it, they're saying, right, we'll have an internal layer, we'll have an external layer, and we'll have a layer of electrical insulator between them. And then what we'll do, we'll charge up the internal layer to really, really high voltage, so that when a rocket comes in, pierces the insulation, you get this massive current of electricity, flows through the rocket and vaporises it before
Like
it
in
can
that
do
clip
damage.
there, I mean, those are simple bullets, as we saw there.
They were simple bullets. This is more, I mean, obviously tanks can stop bullets anyway, so bullets aren't so much of an issue if you're in a tank. It's more the kinds of rockets, rocket-propelled grenades.
And we saw the
that
Daleks'
kind of
ray
thing.
gun there. We know that ray guns have existed. They're not particularly efficient, but militaries have built ray guns, haven't they?
There's actually one which is being used to shoot down kind of medium-range missiles, the kinds of things they'd fire at sort of troops and that kind of
What
thing.
kind of ray is it?
It's a laser, yeah. It's
Right.
I think it's about a 1,000,000-watt laser, something like that.
And you're one of the people who scoffs at this new ability of the Daleks to climb stairs.
They were able to climb stairs back in the 80s, I tell you.
OK, guys, thank you both very
Thank
much
you
indeed.
very
That was
much.
All
good
right,
news.
thank you. It's very interesting, isn't it, really? We'll have you back in 20 years when we're on our Zimmer frames. And you can, oh, yes, I've got to say that Paul's written a book. It's called The Science of Doctor Who, and all that stuff and lovely popular science stuff is inside it, so it'd make a good present for an addict. Now, still to come tonight, how to radically revamp your wardrobe. Meet the stylist who'll transform your old and ugly clothes to flattering high fashion.